All right, hello engineering students, and welcome to this tutorial by yours truly, Mr. Welch. This tutorial is going to go through how to make the tire for the Automoblocks. So we'll jump right into that. So like always, we're going to start out with a 2D sketch. And there's a couple different ways that we can make this tire. I'm going to go through the way that I think is the most efficient way, and it makes it turn out really nice and detailed like this one here. So in this sketch, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click our construction line tool. We're going to go and we're just going to create a construction line from our origin over here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to create a rectangle that has a width of 0.58 inches. Okay. Oh, didn't want to do that. I want to click off my construction tool. There we go. I forget to do that sometimes. Now, we'll create our rectangle. And we don't care what this dimension is right now, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be dimensioning from our bottom edge of our rectangle to here. And this is going to be a dimension of 1.65 divided by 2. And then we're going to be dimensioning from here, from our top. And this is going to be 1.45 divided by 2. Now let's okay, so there we're good there. Now we need to create a rectangle on top of our rectangle here, and our rectangle is going to be 0.4 inches. And again, I don't really care right now what this is, okay, what our height is there, but I do want to make sure that I have the right dimensions this way. So I'm going to type in 0.58. Actually, I'm going to type in parentheses 0.58 minus 0.4 divided by 2. That's going to put this rectangle right in the center of our first rectangle there. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to place a point in the midpoint of this bottom rectangle right there. And then we're going to create a rectangle around that point. Okay. So our dimension for this needs to be 0.03 rather. All right, and now I want to make sure that my sides are equidistant. So I'm going to type in 0.03 divided by 2, and now we're good to go there. The last thing I want to do is I want to make sure that this is equal to this. And we are good to go with this sketch. Okay. So now what we're going to do with this sketch to create our wheels, we're going to use our revolve tool up here. And it's really important that you follow along with these steps now, because we're going to be doing 2 revolves from the same sketch. So the first revolve we're going to do is we're going to select that big rectangle and then that little itty bitty one that we made. Okay, so we're going to select that. And now we're going to click our axis here and we're going to select that construction line we created. Okay. So there we go, we have that. We're going to click OK. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to click the plus sign on revolution over here, and we're going to make this sketch visible again, because now we can see our sketch. So now we can see our sketch again. We're going to hit revolve again, and now we're going to select those 2 outer rectangles, and we're going to go up here to our feature and we're going to select angle. And we're going to go an angle of 8 degrees. So that's going to revolve this now. Once we click our axis, that's going to revolve that just 8 degrees. Okay, this full circle is 360 degrees. It's going to revolve at 8 degrees. So we're good there. We're going to click that, and now we have a little rib that's extruded there. Okay, so now we're going to click the visibility off on our sketch. We're going to use our circular pattern again. And we're going to select what we just created with that second revolve. Okay, so that's our feature. Our rotation axis is going to be that inner circle, and now we can put in as many as we want. Let's put in 12. Okay, we'll put in 12 ribs. It really doesn't matter. So there we go. There are our ribs on the inside of the wheel. Now, we could finish it, we could just leave it as is, but I want to put some texture on the outside of our tire here, and you have some creative license as to how you want that to look here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a 2D sketch, and I'm just going to use a circle, and I'm going to go up to the top point, snap on, and I'm going to create a little circle up here. Let's just say it's going to be 0.05 inches, okay? So just a little tiny circle. And I am going to trim off the excess up here, because all I really want is this bottom part. So there we go. Now I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to extrude this. I'm not going to extrude it. I'm actually going to cut it. I'm going to cut it out, make sure it's through all. So now we have our first bit of texture on our wheel's outer surface. So now again, we're going to use our circular pattern. We're going to select the feature, if it lets me here. There we go. Our rotation axis is going to be this outer side, and now we can put in as many as we want. I'm going to put in 16 here. Okay, so now we have a little bit of texture on the outside of our tire. So this seems to be the most efficient way. There is another way that we can create this tire, but I think it's a little tedious and kind of, it doesn't really make the tire look as good as this technique does. Another thing that you could do for your surface of the tire here, let's get rid of that. Okay, we could do like a square pattern. So we could go up here and we could create a rectangle. So let's say, yeah, we'll say that we want that, and now we want it to be, oh, I don't know, 0.1. Okay, so we could finish our sketch, and then we could do the same thing. We could extrude it. We're actually going to cut it through all. Okay, so we could do something like that, and then we could use our circular pattern again. Rotation there, and we'll put in 12 of those. So we could have our tire look like that too. Okay, so I'm going to give you some creative license as to how you want this outside of the tire to look, similar to the creative license that I gave you for the design of the rim or of the actual wheel. Okay, so I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and take care.